Okay, we're going to go the elastic load balancer. But before that, we want to understand scalability so that it will help us when we go deep inside. So scalability is basically by two types. One is vertical and horizontal, right? So let's take a real world situation. Like, let's say you have a restaurant, right? And you have a cook who cooks for, like, initially 50 people show up in your restaurant and he's good with that and you're fine. And maybe after a year or two, you are getting like around 500 people to your restaurants every day. And this cook cannot handle that many people, right? So you can go two ways about it. One is, let us say, the vertical scalability model, where you find a cook who has worked in bigger restaurants, 3 star or 5 star hotel, where he has dealt with 500 people, 1,000 people, and you hire him, and that person basically takes care of your scaling or people problem of 500 people there. Other way to deal with it is that you have one cook already, he takes care of 50 to 100 people, and you hire same kind of cooks who have worked in same situation of 100 people in restaurants, so you get four more cooks, and then you deal with that. So basically, this is horizontal and this is vertical. So in this case, let us say you have 1 gig RAM of a server, and you want to just bulk it up, and that would be a 5 gig RAM. So this would be vertical scaling, which you will basically do for instances like databases, where you want one server to deal with it. Whereas in the case of horizontal, you have 1 gig RAM, and then you can have multiple 1 gig RAM to scale down when you need it. So these are the two types of scaling. Now let's go to the elastic load balancer. So to understand elastic load balancer, I want to give a basic um, use case that we do every day, right? So we go to a browser, we type google.com or facebook.com, and it gives you the results. What facebook.com is not one server, there'll be multiple servers, right? So that's where load balancer comes. So let us say this is your load balancer, it has IP to it, and you type facebook.com, it basically goes to a load balancer, and that has IP, facebook.com, and basically it redirects to other servers, like knows this is the URL they want and connects the servers matching to the request. It could be multiple servers behind it actually, right? So in our case, we have multiple EC instances. We are going to put a load balancer in front of it and we are going to hit them. That's basically how we are going to go and show how the load balance works. Load balancers are three types. Application load balancer, which we are going to go through, is basically HTTP, HTTPS traffic. And then there's this network load balancer. If you have wanted to have very low latency, high performance network traffic, so you'll go for load balancer of this type, which is level 4 network layer, UDP layer. So you'll use that. And there will be needs for, you want to filter the traffic and you want some security policies in place that you want to filter your traffic, where you send it to a third party, all the traffic in, and filters it and get it back. That is what you do with a gateway load balancer. Now let's go to the demo. We'll create two instances. We'll access them with one URL, like how we show the load balancer, and we'll stop one and see what happens to the URL. So let's go to our instances, and some instances that I have created. Let's launch some new instances. And we wanted two, right? So let's create two instances. We will keep ELB demo 1, and when they come, they'll both will be 1. We will change it to 2. We can use the Amazon Linux and keep everything. We don't need the keypad because we are not going to go through SSH for this demo. We'll create a security group. We'll allow HTTP traffic for this, and everything we'll keep it. We'll just add the advanced details so that we will have hello world that will help in our demo. So let's copy the standard hello world template that we have, put it here, launch the instance, and it should create two instances for us. So it's launching. Let's go here. Let's refresh it. So ELB demo 1 and ELB demo 2 are coming. Let's give it a couple of minutes. It's still pending. Yes, now they are running. So let's, but initializing, but we can go ahead and set up our public IP and check how they are doing. So this is one instance, and we want to see the public IP for this instance. So this is the public IP. Let's copy this one and go to the URL http// and type this new one, and now it is there. So we got the new one. Let's go to the other instance demo. Oh, I should have named it. We'll name it now so that this way we can differentiate between the names. So let's name this as 2 and save it and copy this public IP. So we already did one. This is 172.30.06, and let's go to the next one. The second one, type it, and we should see different one, 318101, 316172, and if we can go to the instance, we can see 318101, and the other one is 672. Okay, now we have two instances, both having their own hello world, and we're able to hit them. Now let's go put a load balancer in front of them. So how do we go create a load balancer? We can go here, come in front of it, and create a load balancer. And as I said, there are three types: application, network, and gateway. As we said, this network is for high traffic, high low latency. So you'll be using TCP, UDP, and other protocols. And there's a third party. If you want to filter the traffic, it will go there and then filter it and send it to instance before coming into our network. And this is the one we're going to use, is that will let HTTP, HTTPS. We're going to use HTTP. So let's select this one. And we can give a name, REST load balancer. We'll keep it internet facing, IPv4. We can use the VPC that we have, use both the subnets that we have. We can use the default one that came with it. It let both the thing, or we can create a new security group just in case. Create a new security group for this one, and let's add all traffic. We will let only HTTP because that is what we are going to test it. So select HTTP, and we will let all the traffic for that. And now save the security group. We can use the security group that we had. So this is the load balancer security group, similar to what I did. So we can use the security group, and we'll keep port 80, and we need a target group. Let's create a target group. So I'll use the instances that are there, and we'll create a name, first target group. We'll let HTTP 80, we'll keep the IP4, VPC, HTTP1, and HTTP, and we can just wanted to make sure I'm on the call so that the recording is still going. And is there anything else I need? I think I should be good. So I have the target group because every load balancer needs a target group. So next we'll get this one available instance, select these things and make sure include a spending below and create the target group. So we're creating the target group, and now we can go to the instance and add the target group that we created there here. Refresh this, and if you go there, test target group, and we are good to go. So let's create the load balancer. The load balancer is now coming up. So the load balancer details. So this is the test load balancer, and this is the DNS name. DNS name is when I said you wanted to connect to a load balancer. So this is a DNS name that we are going to hit. So it's like facebook.com. So basically what I did is that I copied the DNS name for this. And let's go and hit it here. http:// and copy the DNS name. And I think it's still coming up. Let's see. It's still provisioning. Let's wait for it to provision. It normally takes a minute to come. So still provisioning instances. Let's make sure the instances are there. Instances are running. The target groups are there. Target groups. This target group is there. And it has both the instance. They are all both initializing to the target groups. And the load balancer is connected to the target group. So we have to wait till the instances, now that they're both showing healthy. Let's go and hit the endpoint and see if they are ready for us. No, this one, I need the other one. This is the one that we are using. Both of them are showing initializing. Looks like it is taking time to come up. Let's give it some more time. Provisioning, yeah, it is still provisioning. Now they're active. So now if we go and hit the endpoint, you see, this is giving 172.367. This is this one, right? So now I hit the same URL again. You see it changing 31.8.101, same URL again 72. So you see it goes to this server once and that server once, and basically the same URL. So basically what is going on here, I have this URL and I have two instances. So once it goes here, once it goes here, it picks it from there, and that's basically what you see. You can go in the URL, first time it goes here, and the second time it goes to other server. So that's basically a basic demo of how the load balancer works. Now, what is that we are going to do is that we can delete or stop one server and we can see how it is able to route to the existing server, right? So now let's go to instances. Pick the one, both of them running. Let's stop the demo one and stop this instance. Stop it and refresh it. Wait for it to stop. Yeah, now it's stopped. Now what we stopped with demo one, right? And demo two is there. So demo one, demo two, the IP of demo two is 172.31.80.101. That is the only one it will show. This will go away. It will bring the other one because we stopped this one. So if you go enter it, you will only get that. So what we have done is that we had two instances. We stopped the one, we just have one, and so it basically goes to one and gets it. And that basically covers the demo for load balancer. Thank you, and we'll see in the next class for this.